Okay, welcome back to Setnin Radio. If you didn't already know, that's Mark and I'm Louis. Right, we're going to concentrate more about the site now.
Yep.
Things that will be coming through in the future.
Yep.
Things in progress, things that you might have missed. And basically just, ramp ourselves up a bit. That's it. Okay, well, Mark, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, sure. Interview-wise, which has become quite a focus on the site lately, we've just put on an interview that we did with Matt Bush, the artist, the Celebration 3 programme artist. That went on last week. Very good interview. He's just directed his first movie, a movie called Conjure, which he's just got a distribution deal for, DVD home video release. So we got the interview with Matt, which was very good, and he was a great bloke to deal with. Next interview will be our second part of our interview with Julian Glover, which I was very lucky. I had a half-an-hour telephone conversation with him. Smashing fella. So many stories, just transcribing that down. That was a lot of fun. That was nice to do. And coming up within the next 2 months, we should have an interview with Joe Caroni, which is pretty much finished. We've also got, hopefully, Jan Dersimer. We're still waiting for the answers to come back from. Likewise with Orly Showson. We've been in contact with her. Randy Martinez, the insider caricature artist, who's an absolute nut. That was a really fun interview. That's coming on within the next month or two. And we're also in talks to get an interview with Irving Kirshner. So fingers crossed. That should be on hopefully before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Also Dave Dorman,
yeah,
famous artist.
Big guy in a shaggy suit. We got him yet?
No. Waiting for a friend of mine at back at the ranch to get us sorted out with that one. But yeah, I've got to get in touch with him again. So fingers crossed we should be getting Peter Mayhew soon as well. So, but that's all a work in progress at the moment. Moving away from the interviews, moving towards stories. Nothing on the bubble at the moment. I know actually you've got some stuff on the go, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm trying to finish some of the background and bring us towards the end of the Setnin War.
Yeah.
Setnin Kai battle. Hopefully, I'm into a 7 or 8 pager at the moment. It's going to probably end up being a nice little book by the time I finish. The way I'm going at the moment.
Yeah. Is that balanced?
That's balanced, yes. It's basically tying up all the storylines of all my characters.
Yeah.
And bringing them all together.
Yeah.
And hopefully intermixing them a little bit more with the storyline.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of separate timelines. We've been running this for a while now.
Yeah.
And the idea is sort of like, we've been running some of these timelines now since, as far as the timeline for the site's concerned, something like 40 years.
Oh yeah.
As far as ourselves are concerned, since 1998.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
well, for anybody that doesn't know, you just hit on something there. The whole basis of Lightsaber came out of something that we did a while ago. Well, we did Phantom War originally, didn't we? Which was just a general sci-fi news site, which I would assume as Setnin Radio developed.
I've got to correct you on that. We got Wired before that.
Was it Wired first?
It was Wired.
It was Wired. Then it was Phantom War. Then it was Wire Zone.
Yeah.
And then it became Lightsaber. There you go. There's the history then. But obviously the early efforts were more general sci-fi based, weren't they?
That's right.
Which is what Setnin Radio is probably going to cover as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because although Lightsaber does concentrate a lot on the Star Wars storylines, our storylines, the Star Wars universe, we'd like to also sort of like bring in the fact that we are science fiction fans.
That's it.
As well as writers.
Yeah.
And other sorts of,
That's it. And Setnin Radio is where you're going to hear about that.
Funny enough, saying that, blowing our own trumpet, so to speak, I believe that we're one of the few fan sites that are still up and running since the first sets of rumours about episode 1 came out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed this. We kicked off as Lightsaber. Bearing in mind, we actually were putting on stories that are on Lightsaber now. There was probably half a dozen stories that are on Lightsaber now, like Sirens of Amagad and Diat Cargo, that actually appeared on Wire Zone.
That's right.
Do you remember with that blue watery background? Sirens.
Oh, yes.
That blue, horrible.
Oh, yes.
That, and then obviously we began Lightsaber in July 99, so here we are sort of 6 years on. But you go back, and I've talked about this quite a few times on the website, you go back to July 99, you look at the websites that were around then, the ForceNet ruled, basically. The official site looked nasty, but now it looks fantastic, but back then it wasn't so hot. What else was around? What else? Junkyard and Bantha Tracks, which I adored.
The best Star Wars search engine
ever. Yeah, and when we got to #1 on both charts, best day of my life. Until earlier this week when my blog was mentioned on the official site, but that's another story. He said blowing his own trumpet. But there were so many good sites around then, and now You know, they went through a period where episode 1 came out, and episode 1, I mean, wow, I mean, I love episode 1. I'll defend that film. Me and Jonathan L. Bowen will defend that film to the end of time. And but you know,
I even have to say, even Jar Jar Binks has his place in that movie.
Yeah, it should be under the tread of the Federation Transport. But there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's one of those things that you go back and you look on it in retrospect and you think, my God, there's so many different plot lines coming out of that one little movie. Yeah. You know, that everyone's
looking increasingly like a big movie, isn't it? It is. I think you look at those 3 movies now that it's all done and dusted, and you think, okay, all the research and development went into episode 1. I think most of the plot, I mean, there's plenty going on. I mean, episode 2's probably got the best balance between action and plot, strangely enough. It's a shame it did the least money out of all of them, but I think episode 2 really got the balance brilliantly. Episode 3 is just an overwhelmingly impactful film, just like Jedi was. Yeah. I think Sith and Jedi are very similar in that they really do knock you back in your seat.
Yeah, I think that was the idea though, wasn't it? It was almost like a reproduction of the original trilogy.
I still think Jedi is the best one on the big screen. Jedi. I mean, when the special editions came out, 8 years ago, I went to see them at the cinema. And Star Wars was just like sitting there like, I'm 7 again, this is amazing. And Empire, well, everyone thinks Empire is the best film. But then Jedi came on thinking, oh well, Jedi. Wow. I mean, Jedi really... I remember you saying at the time that Jedi was your favourite one.
It still is my favourite.
Yeah.
It still is my favourite.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, because it tells them... It finishes off the stories. Yeah. The stories that you knew were going on.
Oh, yeah.
In the background. And if you look behind everything...
There's something else going on.
There's always something else going on. Even now, when you look into it, you know, you could make up your own plot lines just from some of the side characters. You know, okay, the Ewoks, not sure whether they were a good idea or not, but, you know, there was Jar Jar Binks, there's the Ewoks, there's some similarity there, you know. Yeah. Today, you'd probably do them in CG, make them a lot thinner, and...
well, Lucas said that if we'd have had the technology to do it then, if we'd done it now, they'd have probably been lizard creatures. Yeah. So, you know, you're constrained by the technology of the time, but I don't think, or anything rather, really constrained Lucas. There's a quote, I've always remembered this quote, and I used to put it on my little signatures when you send out emails. Yeah. Or on message boards. And I've thought about it now, and I think, why did I put that on? Because I don't agree with it. It's a James Cameron quote, which said, less isn't more is more. Because there's always this thing, you know, like in Alien. I think he was taking a dig at Ridley Scott. You know, in Alien, when you don't see the creature until the end of the film. That's right. Really. It's like the shark in Jaws. You don't need to see the shark. Everyone knows what a shark looks like, you know. Yeah. You don't need to see... Less is more. And with Star Wars, if Lucas went... I mean, I've posted this on blogs on the site. If Lucas went back and made Star Wars now... Yeah. Even if he made it from exactly the same script, it would be a totally different film. Yeah. Because he's got the CG budget to do whatever he wants now. Interesting point there, actually. Because... how many different versions of the 3 trilogies have been out? As far as sound is, you know, effects and stuff like that. You know, first of all, we've got Luke falling down the trench and not doing anything, and we've got Luke falling down the trench and going, ah! It sounds like bloody Tarzan. Yeah. And then finally, in the final version that's been released to DVD, silence again. Good. Which is, I think, as you say, less is more. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah. You know, I like the trilogies as they stand in the final versions on the DVD. Yeah. It seems to make the balance there. But I still think, and this goes to something I've been talking about lately, they're not releasing Revenge of the Sith on video. It's coming out on DVD only, it's not coming out on video. Now, personally speaking, as a person who's collected the videos from day one, I've got them all on video, obviously, and in different versions and different formats. As a completist, I want Revenge of the Sith on video. I may never watch it, but I want it. I want it on my shelf, spine out, Revenge of the Sith on video. Absolutely. And it's not happening. Which I'm really, really disappointed about. Purely from a collectible point of view. Not from a visual point of view. No. You know, and it's like people say, oh, vinyl's dead. Vinyl's not dead. Albums get released on vinyl. You know, Iron Maiden always released stuff on vinyl. And you look at those, 12 inches, one of the biggest selling, you know, versions of any single comes out on 12 inches. Yeah. Exactly. Beats the DVDs usually. Yeah. You know. But the thing that gets me, people going harping on about DVD. Blu-ray is going to kill DVD. Something else is going to come along. DVD will not last as long as video lasted. Now, I understand the argument for video. Videos are magnetic. They'll demagnetise. They'll die. that's not the point. I don't, personally speaking, and this is going to sound, people are going to listen to this thinking, well, what's the point of owning it? But I'm not going to buy Revenge of the Sith on video to watch Revenge of the Sith on video. I'm going to watch it on DVD. I'm not stupid, but I want the video because I think it's ridiculous to release all those films and re-release them and re-release them. Oh, the remastered version. The widescreen box set. Oh, the THX version. Now the special editions. Oh, let's re-release them again with a different box set cover. How many times I've looked in my collection and I own...
It's been done for the collectors.
I own 13 different versions of Star Wars.
Only 13? Star Wars or the trilogy?
No, just A New Hope. On video, I've got it about 6 times. VHS, NTSC... and all that. I've got a video disc version. I've got 4 laserdisc versions. I've got a VCD version. You know what I'm getting at? Mm-hmm. Would it kill them to release Revenge of the Sith on video? No. You know. Anyway, it's probably not commercially viable, and God knows it's all about money.
But it will be released on VCD for the Korean market.
Yeah, I know. I think it's pretty much out already. But I mean, I do think that you're saying about the effects in the special editions and the DVD versions, and I love the DVD versions. That if Lucas turned around tomorrow and said, right, I'm going to release it 4 weeks only and it'll be deleted and never come out again, I'm going to release the original version of Star Wars, 1977, before it said A New Hope, when it just had the scroll up a long time ago, you know what I mean? That version, and the same with Empire, and the same with Jedi, with your matte lines and your boxes and your junk garbage boxes and all that sort of stuff, the original 1983, 1980, 1977 versions of Star Wars, with the original poster art as the DVD covers, and they would sell out like that. He'd make millions.
He would.
I don't understand it. Because we all own it on video. Why can't we have it on DVD? You know, I don't get that. I think it's crazy. But that's just my...
Saying that, I believe there's also a Hong Kong DVD that contains those original versions.
It's a bit naughty, but yes, there is. I've seen it on eBay. Well, I'd rather buy the proper licensed 20th Century Fox Lucasfilm endorsed version. But if there's not going to be one, then hey, you know, you do what you got to do. I paid my money. I've been a fan for 28 years. I think I deserve it.
Absolutely. And on that mark, saying that, I heard that DVDs will last you. Sorry, CDs. And DVDs will last you a long time. You know, as long as they're not scratched, they'll be there forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some of the original DVDs now starting to fall apart. The glue's not any good.
Yeah.
Videos. I've got the original series of Star Wars videos. First ever issues. Yeah. I can put them in my video player.
Still play.
And they play clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, they've only ever been played 3 or 4 times. But there's no
snow.
There's no snow, and they've sat there for 20 odd years. However old it is. Yeah. And they play clearly.
Yeah. But there's definitely a difference in craftsmanship between 1982, when Star Wars came out the first time on video, it was 82. So I think the 20th Century Fox all-time greats was the first. No, there was a rental release of Star Wars, and I think there might have been a sell-through after that, with a white cover, and then it was the all-time greats, which is when you remember they released the Star Wars trilogy, they released The Fly,
that's right,
Predator, late 80s. Fantastic, quality's still brilliant, because they used to know how to make videos. I used to love buying videos, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, and they were done properly because people wanted them to be done properly.
And that's when the sell-through market took off, and Star Wars ruled the roost.
It does. It does.
And it did, and it will.
It will. Forever. We hope. Long live George and his billions. Let's hope he throws some in our direction.
I wouldn't say no to that.
I wouldn't, no.
George, we want to write the TV series. You know where we are.
Yeah, you do. You do. And if not, then if you can use some of our characters and credit us for it, that's fine. We don't necessarily want the money. We just want the fame.
No. Don't let him ask. Let him just do it, then we'll sue him.
Yeah, technically, though, we can't, because anything created within the Star Wars universe is copyright George Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to say that.
I did.
You have to say that.
Okay.
Can we edit that out?
We'll edit that bit out.
Edit that out, because I don't even get any funny ideas.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, unlike, and let's go to a point here.
Go for it.
Characters that we've created, that we've seen similar or exact names and plot threads appear in some of the books.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot.
It has. It has.
You saw something on Andromeda.
Yes.
Janite Warriors, yes,
on Andromeda, which, funny enough, were, very similar to the characters that we created for the stories. Yeah. There was a Baron Raynor. That's right. In Cloud City. Our Raynor character. Oh, where was the other one? There's been a few. There was a Ramp mentioned in the novels. Okay, he wasn't the same sort of character, but he was still a member of the, what is it, the Justice Department of
Yeah.
the Senate.
Yeah.
You know, which
Makes you
one of
wonder,
my
doesn't
characters
it?
was called Rant, you know, and it does make you wonder, you know.
Well, you know, I did an interview with Joe Caroni, the
Mhm.
Dark Horse and comic and cover movie poster artist and various things. Great guy. And he knew of Lightsaber. Now, how cool is that? Now, he's an artist, not a writer, but, you know, there's other people out there.
And he said he was glad that we'd, you know, sort of lasted so long, which was
He
pretty
did,
cool.
which was very cool.
You know,
Very true.
and I'm not saying that we're all brilliant artists or writers, but we have a go.
We certainly have a go.
We have a go. And some of the artwork that we've done, I have to say, some of the CG work has been fairly good. Started off a bit dodgy, but it's worked its way upwards.
Practice, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, you know, we're not good enough to make movies yet. We have done our odd movie in the old time, and Mark's seen a couple that I've done of the odd X-Wing flying around sort of thing.
Oh,
So,
that was fun.
by the way, here's a note to anybody else recording any shows.
Don't eat Doritos and dips when you're doing it.
Yeah, and try not to drop it on your mate's carpet.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Mind you know what's gone on that carpet, mate.
Moving swiftly on.